Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, many more Chinese companies are reporting bond liquidity and leverage stress. But first, Wall Street is up at another new record high, with a 1% gain so far today in the S&P 500. Good trial results by another drug company with a vaccine drove this rise. And it is not the near-term benefits the markets are cheering, it is that the two new vaccines represent a new, more powerful way to fight the pandemic. The rollout of both will be slow, however. Overnight, European markets rose a similar amount. Yesterday, Shanghai closed up 1.1%, Hong Kong was up 0.9%, and Tokyo ended up 2.1%. But the ASX exchange stayed frozen all day, but booked a 1.2% rise in early trade. The NZX 50 Capital Index was up 0.4% at its close. In the US, there's been a marked slowing in the factory activity in the New York region in early November, the next regional Fed survey to report. And in China, although officials are claiming that house prices have moved little between September and October, in fact the year-on-year rise in key cities like Beijing and Shanghai are up 4.2% and 4.4% respectively, and prices in Shenzhen are up 5.2% and embedding the lure of investing in housing. And the woes of the Chinese bond market are spreading, with now both a regional bank and a major aluminium producer caught in their own liquidity traps. The negative power of leverage is coming home to roost. China's October retail sales were up 4.3% year-on-year, higher than the 3.3% September rise, but they were still well below the expected 4.9% rise. And they'll be disappointed, especially as the Golden Week holiday was supposed to bring a surge in spending. But one area China is performing well in is industrial production. It's up 6.9% in October from the same month a year ago and back to its pre-pandemic growth levels. Drugs, metals and transport equipment were the main sectors that performed well. The laggers were electronics and mining. And in Japan, they recorded a stronger than expected third quarter GDP recovery. And that data was bolstered by a good month-on-month rise in industrial production. Export orders drove both sets of data. And the US Treasury 10-year yield will start today little changed at 0.90%, and the price of gold has risen $7 this morning, now at $1,896 an ounce. And oil prices are higher today by about $1.50 a barrel, so it's $41.50 a barrel in the US, while the international price is just over $44 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is half a cent firmer this morning at 69 US cents. Against the Australian dollar, we're unchanged at 94.2 Australian cents, and against the euro, we're firmer at 58.3 euro cents. That means our trade-weighted index at 71.8. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.